Alright, this is what I've been working on. It's a visual novel engine. Reason being because I switched to GNU Linux recently, and I was making my visual novel with RemPy, which is a Python-based visual novel engine. It's pretty good if you're able to understand some basic Python coding. And supposedly it works on Linux systems, which it kind of does, but the problem is that the there's some scripting errors, and there's some like trying to get the IDE, the code IDE working. It's not really so good. So anyway, I switched to Godot. As you can see here, Godot is pretty nifty. It's, very simple, very quick, very bloatless, I guess you could say. And it also you can also, if we go here, export, here we go, you can export in Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and HTML, iOS, Android, literally everything, which is really nice. I'll probably just switch to these three, maybe do an Android port, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I've pretty much ported most of my visual novel over for what I've got. I've pretty much only got at least all the art assets done for about a few chapters, like 5-6 chapters. I've written up probably, if we're talking about chapter 1, 2, 1, 3, that meaning those multiple, I've written up like, I don't know, 20 or something. Several tens of thousands of words, so I just haven't got the art assets for them. But anyway, let me show you around and kind of show you how this works. This is just a obviously this is all kind of programmer graphics. I'll probably, excuse me one second, I'll probably change it later on, to give it a background menu and all that. We just got some basic buttons here. If we go to the scripting, we have a few variables here for the load, the settings, and the chapter select. We have just them preloaded, and then here to self.addChild, and then settings menu, which is here settings menu. It's basically just instancing the several menus. The new game button, it's get tree change scene. You can also use get something else, get scene or something, I don't know. I think there's another one. It's basically, this is how you switch to different scenes. So if we go here, we run it, load, I haven't got the saving working yet, but here we go. See, it's instance, you click out, you load, you click out, settings, you load, you click out, chapter select. Yeah, this is what I've got all worked out yet. This one does not work yet. Yeah, you do that. Exit, of course, is just get tree quit. Then for this chapter 0, the programming, I mainly got most of my functions working. As you can see here in number 1, well, number 0 it's pretty raw. I'll show you what I mean. So here we have just preloads again, a couple of variables. I have an index. The index is what the whole game runs on. Here is a dialogue in a dictionary. Is it a dictionary? No, it's just an array. It's just in an array, and I have the speaker. So here I have the dialogue and the speaker both in arrays, and I'll show you that in the game. New game, narrator, speaker, array, chapter 0, and if I go forward, again, yeah, it just shows it like that. Now I have buttons here, which also you can use to go back and forward. I can't click on this because I couldn't get that working. I couldn't figure out how to do it that if I clicked on a button, it would, it would go backwards. So anyway, that's done with an array, and each thing has a 0, 1, 2. I've got the keys here, and the keys are for the index. As I said, the whole thing works on the index. Here is how I go backwards and forwards. If input is just pressed, so that way you can't hold it down, and you can't, but otherwise if you want to hold it down, you've got a skip thing, is action pressed, which is a control key. For example, skip. Now I can't get a skip working. I can't get a button skip working yet. I think I'm going to use a timer for that. I'll try to figure it out. Here we go. Yeah, just negating index plus negative equals 1, which basically just means index negate index. Index equals index negate 1, basically, is what index negative equals. You can also, I think you can also do index negative 1, but and you can also do that equals -1. It's just, these are all different ways. They are processed differently, and you have to kind of be careful because the way it compiles and all that, the way it works is different. So anyway, basically just plussing the index. Now, how does the text work here? I've got that somewhere. I think down here. Here we go. Text controller / dialog.text. So text controller is here. Text controller is just a control node. It's basically just a UI thing. Dialog / dialog, which is just a thing that shows text. Speaker, again, just a thing that shows text. So basically .text here is .text is what it displays, equals dialog, which is the array. Dialog is this array. And these thingers, I forget what they call, index. So it's the index number is basically just displaying the index number of the dialog and the speaker. Here we have a scene change. If index equals, you got to do the double 124 get tree change scene 20 to change scene to 1. Okay. Now preloads, I have to preload my audio. I preload anything that starts at index 0. I do preload in the ready function. Ready basically runs once to initialize everything. So audio is a bit weird. I can't really get into a function, which is a bit difficult. So you have to do it in different ways, which I'll show here. Audio controller / audio.stream. It just loads the song and then play. I've got my functions, my in process delta. I think I did them. I think I changed where. Yep, I just had skip and delta because delta is time. So it's like things that run based on a time. It's kind of like if you use a while true loop or just a while loop in like C or whatever, and I have my function, my regular ones in input, and it doesn't really matter because of the way it's programmed, whatever. The same this way, I was testing out using some audio in input as well. Input doesn't run on delta, it runs on like this single command times. Maybe it'd be better to use input. I don't know, I'll have to check that out later on. A lot of this is subject to change. This really is just as you can see here, this is what I started with. Literally just if-else statements to get things working. If index is less than 5, display action 001. Well, display, if index is less than 5, display this 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. If it's 5 or over, display background, display gene. This is, I have to get rid of this code. There's a bunch of scrap code here. And then if index is over or equals 21, character right, which if we look at here, character positions here, I'll just show you what it looks like here. 21, there, disappear. Yes, I've got some somewhat lewd macros. Anyway, as you can see here, this is just where it displays the character things, and I've got action, FX, backgrounds. I have to. Again, I changed it a bit in this. This is more what I'm working with now. So background, characters, FX. I think this one different. No, they're all the same. Okay. FX is kind of things like smoke effects, light effects, just little things like that. I'll show you the buttons as well. Yeah, just go to settings. Okay, we got that. Menu, we go to the menu, so you can do that. We can exit, quit. Pretty nice. Again, saving hasn't been. I don't know if I'll have a save or if I will have a just a chapter select. I really don't know. Maybe just have like, because I probably have to have a couple pages. It's probably like 3 or 4. I don't know, depending how long it is. But yeah. What else do I have? Okay, so back to scripts. Yeah. Okay. So then I switch the if statements for a function, which is basically just that. Here we go. I don't know why I have that one there. Is that? 1 second. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. For some reason I have the background equaling. If it's equal, the other ones I have if it's greater than or equals. Now the reason I have to have is if index is greater than or equals action index, which action index is one of the arguments. Like here, for example, I've already initialized the background in the ready function. Background 0, again, first argument, which is bg index or background index, basically meaning what index number is it initializing at, and the second one is what is the file, where is the file held. By the way, for the way that I put files is I've got action. Action means like a picture that doesn't, you know, it's not a character, it's not a background, it's like a fight scene or, you know, some kind of, I don't know, other scene. I've got backgrounds, which I've got external, internal, and mythic. External basically means natural ones. You know, internal is internal building. Characters, main, miscellaneous, and side. And then I've got FX again. Miscellaneous, just I don't know what's in their background to say. And then I just have UI stuff. So anyway, back to the functions of how the game works. So if we look here, it's pretty much this if index equals or is greater than or equals the index that I give it, that I feed it, then load the file, which is pretty much the exact same as saying if index is greater than or equals this. It's just another kind of way to use to get an integer in here. Oh, I mean argument. Use an index, like type whatever index I want as an argument. Elif, that's because if I go backwards, it'll here, I'll show you what happens. Alright, so we go here. Now if I go backwards, okay, I haven't done it with the background, with the background thing, but look at that. Yeah, all the smoke effects. And then let's show you a little bit of this. Okay, I have to fix it. Wait, no, there we go. And right, go to the next chapter. Yeah. So you know, it works alright so far. Yeah. I don't know what else to show. I guess I have all the button things here. The back button is the same as the back key. The forward button is the same as the forward key. The skip I haven't worked out yet because I can't tie it to delta, or I can't really. I don't know. Figuring out time still. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. Yeah, an interesting thing for the song, when I have to play a new song, because song needs play, and if you do this in the process delta function, because it runs off frame rate. This is just a loop, a continuous loop. It just continuously plays a song at that specific index key. So I have to have this little boolean. It's like a little boolean switchboard, which is, you know, and stop 2 equals false. I have a bunch of these, stop 1, stop 2, you know, just for every song. Which is when things get really janky and requires a lot of thought. Basically, it's if index equals that and it equals false, which it initially equals false because it's up here, then audio, change the audio, and then play. Sadly, you can't just change the audio, it doesn't work. Audio is a little bit janky in Godot. You just have to do, and then we change it back. We change stop to 2 so it doesn't rerun, because next frame the exact same, it's going to rerun again, but because this time it says false, it's not going to do it, even though the the index equals that. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. So yeah, pretty janky, but I'll show you chapter 1.4. I have all of these. Now this isn't the cleanest. If I added more, like action 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever, because this is just showing different, I probably shouldn't give too much away, but whatever, I'll just for the sake of it. Yeah, and then it shows new one, new picture, goes back to the old, which is why this is kind of janky, because instead of hiding the first picture, I just show the second, and then I hide the second picture. I'm not talking about name pictures, I mean the second displayed action 2, I hide that, and then it goes back to that picture, and then to show this one again, I have to make a new, essentially a new picture node, and then it's just again displaying more and more, because problem is I can't get this to, I can't just like say, on index number 5 display the next picture. It just doesn't work. For some reason I need to have a bunch of different nodes, and you can't, it's like with the music one, I don't know how to, if there's like a if I have a, here, go back here, I don't know if there's a command like play for pictures, I don't know. So if there is, maybe it'd work, but I'm just doing what I can, doing whatever I can figure out. I'm sure eventually, the same way that I changed that to something that looks a little more like this, into functions, I'm sure I can then eventually fix it up more, so whatever. But anyway, it works, like as you saw, it pretty much works, and I've fixed a lot of bugs. There's a lot of jankiness there. There's still some stuff I gotta fix, and I basically just gotta get that save menu in. I gotta get that skip button and some settings menus, and really that's the whole engine done, which is not too bad, since this has pretty much been like 4-5 days of work, maybe, not really all that much. Pretty quick and pretty easy, which I guess I can thank the Godot engine because it's so simple. But yeah, anyway, I hope that was interesting, and of course look forward to a visual novel, this visual novel, whenever the art assets are all done, which is probably going to be, geez, I don't know, maybe, hopefully it'll be out by before the end of the year. I'll put it that way, hopefully. Anyway, that's all, so I hope you enjoyed that. Have a good day, as always, and check the links in the description if you're interested. Otherwise, just, of course, have a nice day.